Most people think about what they eat when they're trying to protect their kidneys, but far fewer stop to ask, what am I drinking? And yet, the truth is, every sip that passes your lips can be either a gentle friend or a hidden enemy to your kidneys. A glass that looks harmless on the outside may quietly carry ingredients that raise your blood pressure, load your body with phosphorus, or push potassium to dangerous levels. I'm Dr. Brian, and welcome to Channel Vital Science for Seniors. I've spent decades helping older adults fight back against kidney decline, and one thing I've learned is this: the drinks you choose each day can sometimes matter even more than the food on your plate. In this journey together, we'll uncover 4 drinks that can give your kidneys relief and 6 you'll want to stay far away from, plus one simple daily habit that keeps hope alive. When I sit across from my patients in the clinic, one of the first questions I ask isn't, "What do you eat?" but "What do you drink when you wake up in the morning?" That question often surprises them. Drinks feel so ordinary, so small, but they can either gently protect your kidneys or slowly erode them. Let me share with you 4 drinks that I've seen make a real difference over the years. Let's start with barley water. Imagine your kidneys as a pair of overworked filters in your home. Day after day, they're trying to keep the house clean, catching waste, balancing minerals, and removing extra fluid. But if too much waste keeps piling up, those filters begin to clog. Barley water acts like a gentle rinse for those filters. It doesn't blast them with harsh pressure. It coaxes them to let go of what they've been holding, flushing out uric acid and toxins in a way that doesn't disturb your electrolyte balance. I once had a patient, John, a retired school teacher in his early 60s. He came to me with swollen ankles, fatigued from the weight of extra fluid. After adding 2 cups of warm barley water into his day, morning and afternoon, the swelling eased within weeks and his energy lifted like a fog clearing after sunrise. Science backs this up. Soluble fiber in barley binds toxins in the gut so fewer end up in your bloodstream, and compounds called beta-glucans quiet down inflammation that silently chips away at kidney tissue. It's a humble drink, but in the lives of people like John, it's nothing short of powerful. Now picture something brighter: the deep, almost royal purple of blueberries. Blueberry juice is a drink that carries more than just flavor. It carries protection. Inside those berries are anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that guard the tiny blood vessels inside your kidneys from the wear and tear of oxidative stress. Think of oxidative stress as rust building on a car. Left unchecked, the rust spreads, weakening the metal. Blueberry juice, when pure and untainted by apple or grape fillers, slows down that rust. I remember a woman named Clara, 70 years old, who had borderline high creatinine. She wasn't ready to overhaul her entire diet for kidney disease, but she was willing to try one simple change: swapping her morning sweet tea for a small glass of diluted blueberry juice. Over 6 months, her creatinine steadied, and more importantly, her confidence returned. She told me, "Doctor, I feel like I'm doing something right for myself again." And the science agrees. A glass of blueberry juice is low in potassium, low in oxalates, and safe for most kidney patients, unless sugar control is a big issue. The key is timing. Drink it mid-morning, away from heavy iron-rich meals, so the antioxidants get their chance to work. But perhaps you're more of a tea drinker. There's one herbal tea I often recommend: nettle leaf tea. Unlike strong diuretics that wring fluid from the body and leave you drained, nettle tea works with a gentler rhythm. It nudges the kidneys to release extra waste, particularly uric acid, which so many of my patients struggle with when gout tags along with kidney disease. It's also a natural anti-inflammatory, thanks to plant compounds that calm the fire smoldering within kidney tissue. I tell my patients to brew it light, 1 teaspoon steep for 5 minutes, and to enjoy it in the afternoon, never too late, or they'll find themselves visiting the bathroom all night. Seniors especially need to be careful because too much nettle can drop blood pressure if combined with certain medications. Still, when used wisely, it becomes a friend, not a foe. And finally, the drink we often overlook because it feels too plain: clean, filtered water. Water is life, but only when it's safe. Tap water in many regions carries chlorine, fluoride, even trace metals like lead. For young, healthy kidneys, The extra filtering may not make much difference, but for aging kidneys already under strain, it's like asking a tired worker to do overtime every day. A good filter takes away those hidden burdens, leaving your kidneys to focus on their main job. I often advise 6 to 8 cups a day. Sip slowly throughout the day like watering a plant. Pouring a gallon on a plant all at once drowns it. Giving it small sips keeps it alive and thriving. The same is true for your kidneys. Avoid bottled mineral water high in sodium and never reuse old plastic bottles. Chemicals leach into the water, and your kidneys pay the price. So whether it's the gentle flush of barley water, the deep shield of blueberry juice, the herbal nudge of nettle tea, or the simple purity of filtered water, each of these drinks offers a way to protect kidney function without pills or complicated regimens. They are small daily choices that add up to long-term protection, especially for those navigating high creatinine, searching for a diet for kidney disease, or choosing low potassium foods. It's not about perfection. It's about giving your body tools that work with it, not against it. Now that we've looked at the drinks that act like gentle friends to your kidneys, we need to face the harder truth. The drinks that seem harmless, even comforting, but in reality act like thieves in the night. These beverages steal away kidney function slowly, almost silently, until one day the damage is undeniable. I've seen too many older adults who believed they were making safe choices, only to discover that what was in their cup was pushing their kidneys closer to failure. Let me take you through them, one by one, so you can see these hidden dangers for what they are. The first culprit is one that has found its way into nearly every corner store and kitchen shelf. Dark sodas, especially colas. The fizz might feel refreshing, but inside each can lies a high load of phosphoric acid. For someone with strong kidneys, this acid is processed and excreted without much trouble. But for someone living with chronic kidney disease, the phosphorus surges into the bloodstream faster than the kidneys can manage. High phosphorus hardens blood vessels, weakens bones, and throws hormones into chaos. I once had a patient, Harold, who had given up salt and red meat faithfully, but continued drinking 2 cans of cola every evening. His creatinine rose, his energy dropped, and he couldn't understand why. When we finally connected his cola habit to his phosphorus overload, and he let it go, his lab numbers stopped their rapid decline. Science confirms what I've seen. Harvard researchers have linked high phosphorus intake with faster kidney deterioration. Add to that the sugar, usually high fructose corn syrup, that worsens insulin resistance and raises uric acid, and you have a recipe for disaster. Another drink that many consider wholesome is orange juice. For decades, we've been told that orange juice is the healthy way to start the day. But for someone with kidney problems, that tall glass of sunshine can hide a storm. Just 1 cup carries nearly 500 milligrams of potassium. And if your kidneys can't clear potassium well, it doesn't take much for levels to climb dangerously. Too much potassium, hyperkalemia, doesn't just make you feel weak. It can stop your heart. I've sat with families in the hospital as their loved one was rushed in with arrhythmias caused by high potassium, and it broke my heart to know that a glass of juice had played a part. Orange juice also contains oxalates, the tiny crystals that can form kidney stones when they meet calcium in the urine. And if you're picking up calcium-fortified orange juice thinking it's the better option, beware. Those often carry hidden phosphate additives as well. Labels can be deceptive, and your kidneys bear the cost. Next come the brightly colored sports drinks that promise hydration and energy. They might seem like a smart choice, especially after a walk or light workout, but the truth is, they're loaded with sodium, potassium, and often phosphorus. For kidneys already struggling to balance electrolytes, these drinks push them into dangerous territory. A bottle might say it's designed for athletes, but it's not designed for seniors with fragile kidney function. And then there's the artificial coloring, those neon reds and blues. Research from Johns Hopkins has raised concerns that synthetic dyes may increase oxidative stress, creating yet another burden on the kidney's detox pathways. I often ask my patients, do you really need that extra sodium and phosphorus just to quench your thirst? Or would a glass of clean water serve you better? Now let's talk about iced tea, a favorite in many households, especially during hot summers. Tea may sound harmless compared to soda, But black tea is one of the richest sources of dietary oxalates. Drink it by the gallon, as some of my patients used to do, and you quietly feed the formation of kidney stones. One gentleman I cared for drank strong iced tea daily, thinking it was better than soda. When his pain led to imaging, his kidneys were filled with stones that trace back, in part, to his iced tea habit. The danger grows when tea is steeped too long, releasing even more oxalates. Add to that the sugar or artificial sweeteners in commercial iced teas, and you've got both stone risk and metabolic strain. It's a perfect example of how something that feels like a safer substitute can still undermine your health. Beet juice is another deceptive drink. It's often praised for its ability to lower blood pressure because of natural nitrates, and that much is true. But what's also true is that beet juice is loaded with potassium and oxalates, far more than a weakened kidney can comfortably handle. A single cup can contain over 600 milligrams of potassium. That's like pouring gasoline on a fire if your kidneys are struggling to excrete it. And many people drink beet juice concentrated, without dilution, magnifying the risk. Others blend it with spinach or celery, thinking they're boosting nutrition, but what they're really doing is piling potassium and oxalates on top of potassium and oxalates, creating a storm that their kidneys can't weather. And finally, milk, both dairy and plant-based. It surprises many to hear that even milk, the drink we've been told does a body good, can be risky for kidneys. Cow's milk is often fortified with phosphate salts, and many plant-based milks, almond, soy, oat, are stabilized with added potassium or phosphorus. These additives are absorbed quickly, much more so than natural sources in food. That means they hit the bloodstream hard, and the kidneys can't keep up. Even when patients proudly tell me they switched to almond milk thinking it was safer, I remind them to read the labels carefully. Unless a milk alternative is specifically marked as low phosphorus or formulated for kidney health, it's easy to get fooled. And sweetened versions carry added sugars that only pile on more risk. What makes all of this so insidious is that these drinks don't feel dangerous. A cola feels like a small treat. A glass of juice feels like nourishment. A sports drink feels like hydration. But beneath the surface, they slowly tip the balance against your kidneys, especially in the years after 50, when resilience is lower and every decision matters more. Choosing to avoid these drinks is not about punishment. It's about protection, about giving yourself the best chance to keep your independence, your energy, and your joy, because every sip either builds you up or wears you down. So here's the picture I want you to hold on to. Every time you lift a cup to your lips, you're making a choice that echoes inside your kidneys. Some drinks are like cool water flowing through a stream, washing away the debris and letting life flourish. Barley water, blueberry juice, nettle tea, and pure filtered water. Others are like a slow, hidden poison. Dark sodas, orange juice, sports drinks, iced tea, beet juice, and even milk. The power lies in knowing the difference. And remember, health is not built on perfection, but on patterns. Choose wisely most days, and your kidneys will thank you. Add a simple daily walk to keep your blood flowing and your pressure balanced, and you give those kidneys the best gift of all, relief. You are never too old to turn things around. I believe in you, and I'm walking this path with you.